Appeal on June 2nd, 2022, with the assistance always of our most competent and powerful lawyer, Barrister Inibehe Effiong, as you all know him. But the litigants are wanting to abuse processes of our courts with impunity. Brought a case that had already been decided by the Court of Appeal to the Federal High Court before Justice Nwike. And as it stood, the judge found them to have abused the processes of court and made it clear once again today that legally, politically, and in every material sense, the party is legitimately in the hands of its original leaders. Me being the chairperson of the party, which was originally the case since 2019, stayed in that position because the party was hijacked for 3 years. We have validly held a convention, a special convention to elect, nominate a presidential candidate for the party and other candidates for the party. And today, our Leonard judge, his lordship, made it very clear that the position of our lawyer was valid, accurate, and very succinct in saying that this lawsuit was an abuse of the court processes. And he awarded punitive judgments, cost against the violators of court processes. In this case, an expelled member of the party who's by name Leonard Nzenwa. So we're here with our lawyer, most respected, most vibrant, and most conscious lawyer who cannot be intimidated anywhere, any day. We are not allowed to advertise lawyers, but we can advertise character. So we welcome our lawyer, Professor Inibehe, to give you more legal background.
Gentlemen of the press, we came to court this morning before the Federal High Court in Abuja for judgment in yet again another lawsuit filed by one Leonard Nzenwa, who was expelled from the African National Congress rightly. Recall that in 2019, Leonard had approached the Federal High Court before the Honorable Justice Nwike, where he asked my Lord to declare that Mr. Sowore was, according to him, validly suspended as the national chairman of the AAC. And in that lawsuit, he made certain flimsy and frivolous claims and allegations, one of which, I need to make this point clear to Nigerians, according to Leonard Nzenwa, was that Sowore had misappropriated or had embezzled party funds. But because in the African National Congress and as the national legal advisor of the party, I know as a fact that Sowore never misappropriated, he never embezzled, he never took party funds or campaign funds as alleged by Leonard. This allegation was false because for him, that was one of the reasons he claimed Sowore was suspended, even though there was no evidence of sin. Of course, the Federal High Court entered judgment in his favor. The Honorable Justice Nwike entered judgment in his favor. And we were rightly aggrieved by that judgment. We consequently approached the Court of Appeal in 2019, asking that the judgment of the Federal High Court be set aside on several grounds, principally on lack of subject matter jurisdiction, on the grounds that the case was against the weight of evidence, and of course on grounds of breach of fair hearing. In a well-considered judgment, the Court of Appeal this year, I think in June 2nd, unanimously, there was no dissent, agreed with us that one, the judgment of the Federal High Court, wherein the purported suspension of Sowore was affirmed, was entered in error. In that one, the Federal High Court lacked jurisdiction to meddle into the issues of the leadership of the AAC. The court didn't stop there. The Court of Appeal went further to hold that the constitutional right of Sowore to fair hearing and that of Dr. Malcolm were breached by the Federal High Court by its judgment. And should again recognize him as the national chairman of the AAC, stop Mr. Sowore from being the presidential candidate of the AAC, and several other reliefs which, as we rightly argued before the court, were ungrantable in law. We raised an objection to that suit on several grounds, including lack of jurisdiction, including abuse of court process, and of course the doctrine of res judicata. We even argued that even on the basis of the AAC constitution, the suit could not have been commenced because the consent of Sowore was not sought and obtained. Issues were joined, and today, thankfully, my Lord, the Honorable Justice Nwite, in a well-considered judgment, has again agreed with us that Leonard is a meddlesome interloper, is an agent of illegality, is a man who is on an unquenchable ambition, political ambition that is also insatiable. As a matter of fact, if you listen to the judgment, my Lord used very strong language to deprecate what is clearly an act of illegality. My Lord even excoriated, in some way, the lawyers to Mr. Leonard, who we had warned should not have brought this suit. And then the court did not just dismiss the suit. The court restated that today, in law, the only national chairman of the AAC is Mr. Moyele Sowore, and that indeed, any claim to deprive Sowore of his position as national chairman of the AAC is unfounded in law, and that except the Supreme Court upturns the judgment of the Court of Appeal, Sowore will remain the national chairman. The court even went further to dismiss the suit and awarded punitive cost of 500,000 against Mr. Leonard Nzenwa. So this is a caution to Nigerians out there. Do not listen to any contrary information. You can see we are saying this live from the Federal High Court. We have defeated him at the Court of Appeal. Today we have defeated him again at the Federal High Court. And his history of defeat is not going to change, because when you are pursuing a cause of action that is not founded in law, a cause of action that is actuated by malice, that is actuated by falsehood, you are bound to fail. So in summary today, we have again won another victory for the Nigerian people, who now have an alternative, a credible alternative in the platform of the AAC, to allow Nigerians with ideology, Nigerians who have a different mindset, to come and seek their mandate in the 2023 election. So this is me telling Nigerians that today, the court has said clearly that nobody can stop Sowore from being the national chairman and the presidential candidate of the party. And people ask the question, why is he holding to our position? I think this is a good opportunity to address that. So that this argument that Sowore is the chairman, Sowore is the spokesman, Sowore is everything in the party,